What's poppin', internet? Welcome to another episode of the Synced Up Podcast, a show where we talk about news, games, and sandwich a little fun in between. I'm one of your hosts, Timothy DeRoe, and joining me this week, eating a popsicle in celebration of 4th of July, but without the red, Michael Clear. What's up, Mike? How you doing on this?
I'm gonna need another 2 minutes.
On this
You're
nice...
gonna have the printer in the background, dude.
Hey, they probably can't hear it. We got a gate. They might be able to hear it.
Oh,
It'll
they
stop.
can totally, yeah.
It'll stop.
That's cool.
Yeah, it'll stop.
What's your favorite color of the boom pop?
I don't care. I have no qualms.
If you had
It's
to
like
make
Starburst, I
it
don't
one,
give a
if you had to
damn.
make it one color.
I wouldn't care.
Really?
Yeah, I don't.
Isn't it 3 different flavors?
Probably, but I'm never thinking about
So
that.
cherry, whatever white is,
Yeah.
and blue raspberry. What you picking?
What I guess whatever white is, sure.
Of course you would.
Oh yeah. What was I going to segue into?
Dude, I don't know.
Today we're
Housekeeping.
gonna. Oh yeah, a little bit of housekeeping.
Or-
We're on our phones today because our printer's out of ink, so we'll be back to paper soon. But we're on our phones, so we're not texting.
I am.
Teachers out there, mom. Today we're gonna talk about Kojima signing a deal with Xbox, Konami signing a deal with Bloober Team, and Sony signing a deal with Housemarque, and a lot of other things as well. But
There's
before we
a lot.
get into that, a little bit of housekeeping for you. If you enjoy our show, you should consider going to patreon.com/syncedup to support us on Patreon for $1, where you can get access to our Discord, and you can, partake in some of the community stuff, talk to us about things. Or for $5, you can get access to post shows of both of our shows and many other goodies from youtube.com/synceduppodcast and I see Patreon services around the globe. It was a
Technically,
in the background.
correct.
Yeah.
And Patreon services around the globe.
But podcast services around the globe.
Mhm.
New episodes of this show go up on both of those feeds, 7 a.m. on Monday, Central Time Zone. Gang. See, I did 7 a.m. first before the Monday, and that kind of threw me off.
You threw me off.
See, I'm trying to recover. Like, I feel like we've stumbled at the beginning of this, and like I'm trying to get into the groove.
I didn't stumble at all.
Yeah, I mean, you're eating a popsicle.
I'm vibing.
You're eating
I'm having a great time.
Wow. You should also follow us on Twitter at synceduppod to keep up to date with any of our other content from across the board. You can also write into the show to synceduppod@gmail.com with any questions, comments, or concerns, and we may read them on the show.
Why does yours look like that?
Because mine, is superior. Mine's superior.
I can't. How?
Mine's superior,
Hold on,
bro.
I have to show the people this.
Oh, my God. Are you going to get up? Hopefully our camera focus isn't. This is great for the audio listeners.
How am I supposed to keep up? That's 2 words a line.
Yeah, that's pretty bad. That's rough.
Good.
That's rough. All right, the focus is good. Also, on our movie pod, if you're interested in movies, you can go to you can look up Synced Up Filmcast in your podcasting service, or you can go to our youtube.com/synceduppodcast, see our Synced Up Filmcast there. We're talking about movie news and stuff, and now we have taken it upon ourselves to take the massive undertaking of reviewing and ranking 50 of the Disney animated studio proper films. So no Pixar, none of the animated, half animated, none of the live action, just Walt Disney Animation Studios films. There's 50 of them total. This week we're going to be ranking and reviewing Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs and Pinocchio. And next week it'll be Dumbo, and Bambi, and we'll be reviewing and ranking those as well next week. A new thing for this show specifically, we have introduced a new segment to the podcast called Game Pass Club, working title, where we're going to pick a game from Game Pass and we're going to segment it off to talk spoilers and mechanics and all kinds of stuff, and we'll give you a definitive endpoint to stop at. Any of you people who listen to MinMax, if you listen to the Deepest Dive, it's kind of something like that, but we're not going to go as in depth. But we're going to pick a game in Game Pass, preferably a more recent one, for us all to just play through over a maybe 1 week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, depending on what the game is. This week we've picked a game, and we'll get to that later in the show.
I think the main goal here was to keep it something accessible. That's why it's going to be on Game Pass, because if you have a computer or an Xbox, you pretty much have access to whatever game we choose for a
for the most part,
reasonable amount. That, Like, it's hard to do something like Ratchet and Clank, where
Everyone
people don't
has
have PS5s, people don't want to spend $70 on a game.
Of course.
So I think this was a good medium for us to be all play a game together.
Yeah. So now let's get into the show proper. Hideo Kojima's deal with Xbox reaches key milestone. This is from Jeff Grubb at GamesBeat. Hideo Kojima and Microsoft have signed a letter of intent that states the two parties intend to work out the details on a publishing agreement for a new Xbox game, according to sources familiar with the matter. This is a key step in the negotiations between Metal Gear Solid creator and the Xbox company. This signifies that both parties have agreed to a generalized deal while lawyers continue hashing out the finer points. Microsoft and Kojima's team have spent months discussing possible partnerships, and now it's more likely than ever that those conversations will bear fruit. The deal is so close that Microsoft has begun preparing for what Kojima will need to make his new game. Last week, Microsoft announced that it hired Left 4 Dead and Portal developer Kim Swift to oversee partnerships for cloud-based games. Swift most recently worked at Google's cloud gaming service Stadia. Microsoft hired her in the purpose of assisting in making Kojima's cloud game a reality. As for what Kojima's game actually is, few people know. The point of the partnership is to unlock the creativity of Kojima Productions using Microsoft's technology as opposed to greenlighting a specific pitch. And then what about other publishers like Sony? Well, it's very unlikely that Microsoft's deal would prohibit Kojima from working with other companies. For now, Kojima Productions continues to work with Sony on Death Stranding Director's Cut for PlayStation 5. So this is exciting, I think.
Yeah.
It's Kojima, you know.
It's Kojima. Like, even if you don't like the game, it's going to have some cultural relevance.
Yeah.
It's going to be interesting. His games are always a little off the beaten path.
Yeah,
so
they're always weird.
I'm always for it. And to see him working with Microsoft is cool.
I'm talking about how his next game is like, 9/11 and coronavirus.
It's
I don't know. So we don't know what he's talking about.
I'm excited to see
to hear that it's cloud focused just makes me intrigued, but you know, it's Kojima. I gotta see the game.
A big news though. Glad to see that the Stadia developers and the people behind Stadia are finding jobs elsewhere. That was the that was the big hope.
I know
that they wouldn't just leave that crumbling mass and not have anywhere to go.
That's really that's really rough. But excited to see what Kojima's next game is. I'm glad that he has we got this worked out deal with Microsoft. I know there's some rumors about it, but it's finally getting confirmed. And also he still got Death Stranding directors coming for PlayStation 5. But where he used to work at Konami, they made a partnership recently. Konami and Bloober Team announced a partnership amid Silent Hill links. The Medium developer has entered a strategic cooperation agreement with the publisher. This is by Chris Scullion at VGC. Konami and Bloober Team have signed a new strategic cooperation agreement that will see the companies create other games together. The new partnership between the Silent Hill publisher and the Medium developer will include, quote, jointly develop selected contents and exchanging know-how, according to a statement released by Bloober Team. In a separate press release, Konami said it was, quote, excited to work with Bloober Team and other highly regarded development partners to produce games from existing and new IPs, end quote. According to people with knowledge of Bloober Team's plans, one of the projects it's working on is Silent Hill related. However, VGC understands that Konami has already outsourced at least one other Silent Hill project to a prominent developer in Japan, and there could even be more developers working on their own projects. Bloober Team CEO Ploter Babieno commented on the deal, quote, it is a historic day for me and the culmination of several years of our work. The fact that such a renowned company as Konami has decided to strategically cooperate with the Bloober Team means that we have also joined the world leaders in gaming and become an equal partner for the leading players in this market. Bloober Team said in February that it was working on an existing horror IP from a very famous gaming publisher, fueling speculation it could be reviving Konami's Silent Hill. It's probably Silent Hill.
Everybody's making Silent Hill at this point, dude.
Yep. It's good to see that they're doing it because the Medium, you know, playing the Medium had very heavy Silent Hill vibes, aggressive Silent Hill vibes. I'm hoping working with them can help, and having made the Medium can help Bloober Team really refine what they can do in the horror space there, because they also did. I'm pretty sure they did Blair Witch as well. I'm pretty sure that's them. But yeah, a little bit lackluster in the Medium. I think you enjoyed it more than I do, but there's still like growing pains there with kind of a new
it still felt like a couple years behind.
Yeah,
but I think with the resources and the information they're going to be getting from Konami and them working together, they'll get up to speed quicker and they'll probably have a better game.
It's good to see Konami, you know, getting out of the Pachinko game. And
I thought that's what they were going to say, man. They had the machines unlocked, but it looks like
they're finally getting back into gaming.
Maybe not the fortune they thought it was.
No, it's definitely the fortune they thought it was.
It probably is.
Yeah, most definitely the fortune that they thought it was. Let's jump back to director's cut talks here. Ghost of Tsushima gets a director's cut, and it arrives on PS5 and PS4 consoles on August 20th. This is by Andrew Goldfarb, the man at PlayStation Blog. Explore the brand new Iki Island plus PS5 specific enhancements like DualSense controller haptic feedback, Japanese lip sync, and more. We're happy to announce that on August 20th, we'll be releasing Ghost of Tsushima Director's Cut on both PS5 and PS4 consoles. This new edition comes packed not only with the original game and every piece of additional content we've sold to date, but a brand new adventure for Jin alongside a bunch of new features that we're excited to reveal. Quote, why did I say quote, dude? You know, this show's all off. Iki Island. If you're a history buff, you may know that in addition to Tsushima, let me turn on Do Not Disturb so notifications don't distract me. You may know that in addition to Tsushima, the neighboring island of Iki was also invaded during this time period. Today, we're excited to reveal that a whole new chapter in Jin's journey is coming to, like, dude, I'm just adding words in here.
You are.
I'm just adding words. Coming and will take place on Iki. In this new story, Jin travels to the island to investigate rumors of a Mongol presence, but soon he finds himself caught up in events with deeply personal stakes that will force him to relive some traumatic moments from his past. We'll have more to share about the story of Iki soon, but today we can confirm that beyond a whole new story and new characters, this new island also features tons of new content, including brand new environments to explore, new armor for Jin as well as his horse, new minigames, new techniques, new enemy types, and much more. There are even new animals to pet. On both platforms, Director's Cut will also feature new trophies to unlock dude.
You're a bit over the place, man. I'm reading along.
Give me a second. I need you to just talk real quick. Let me zen out.
Yeah. Just tunnel. Get everything back in lock. It's the no paper. It's really what it is. We're using our phones. We're zen out. We're not future men. We like the paper, the black ink.
Okay, we're going back in. On both platforms, Director's Cut will also offer new trophies to unlock for the new Iki content.
Nailed it.
PS5 exclusive features. While Director's Cut players on both PS4 and PS5 will be able to experience the Iki Island content, PlayStation 5 players will have access to a few additional new features. We've heard your feedback about the lack of Japanese lip sync in the original version of Ghost of Tsushima, and it's something we worked hard to address in this new release. Thanks to the PS5's ability to render cinematics in real time, cutscenes in the Ghost of Tsushima and on Iki Island on PS5 will now offer lip sync for Japanese voiceover. We're also happy to confirm that Ghost of Tsushima Legends, and the new Iki Island expansion will all take advantage of haptic feedback and adaptive triggers in the Director's Cut. There will also be enhancements to 3D audio on PS5, as well as drastically improved load times, 4K resolution options, and frame rates targeting 60 FPS. All players will receive a patch with some new accessibility options for alternative controller layouts, as well as the option to enable a target lock-on during combat. Completely new right there. Remember, we talked about that when the game first came out. And for the person who tweets at us all the time asking for an option to hide your quiver during gameplay, yes, we'll be adding that too. Finally, for Ghost of Tsushima Legends fans, we'll also be releasing some new updates, including an all-new mode that we're excited to detail in the weeks to come. All Ghost of Tsushima Legends updates will be available at no additional charge to owners of any version of Ghost of Tsushima on either platform. Dang. So this is the Director's Cut thing. We're seeing it with
Death Stranding,
and now we're seeing it with Ghost of Tsushima. I think this is just a thing we're going to see just for a little bit as some of those PS4 titles come over to PS5.
Yeah.
But I do think, because in total, if you have the PS4 version of Ghost of Tsushima and you don't have the expansion, it's $30 to upgrade to the Director's Cut and the expansion, and to have both of them for the PS5 version. Mm-hmm. And so I personally think that's worth it. That's not too bad.
I think it's worth it, yeah.
Because you get the whole Iki Island expansion, you get all the new features with the Japanese lip sync and all that stuff that they're talking about. Mm-hmm. Yeah, Ghost of Tsushima Legends and any of the updates that are coming there, of course, that's free already. But then also any of the other updates, the 4K, the 60 FPS, all of that stuff. That game's beautiful enough already. I think it's going to be great on the PS5. So for a $30 upgrade to get all this new expansion and all this new content, I think well worth it.
I think it's fair.
And I think we're going to see this branding a little bit more going forward for just a little bit. I don't think we're going to see it for too long. I think a couple more years as they bring over, probably Last of Us 2 Director's Cut, maybe with the multiplayer mode tacked on, things like that. I think we're going to keep seeing.
I think you're right. I could see a bunch of
God of War Director's Cut, yeah. And I think we're going to see a bunch more, at least for the next couple years until we start getting more and more.
And I think it helps them fill out their roster of games too, right? Mm-hmm. So if you're not doing these director cuts, it's gonna be a slow process.
Yeah. More reason to get a PS5.
Yeah. So I think it's fun.
Yeah, of course. Also, speaking of the future with Sony, they bought Returnal Studio.
Sony
buys Returnal Studio Housemarque. Finland's oldest studio is now officially part of PlayStation. This is by Austin Goslin at Polygon. Finnish game studio Housemarque is the newest addition to Sony's stable of first-party developers. Sony announced on Tuesday that the makers of Returnal will join PlayStation Studios. Quote, "We are so excited to finally join the PlayStation Studios family." Ilari Kotinian, Housemarque's co-founder and managing director, wrote on PlayStation blog, quote, "This gives our studio a clear future and a stable opportunity to continue delivering on gameplay-centric approaches while still experimenting with new methods of narrative delivery and pushing the boundaries of this modern art form," end quote. Housemarque has been developing games since 1995, making it the oldest development studio in Finland. Since 2007, Housemarque has developed several PlayStation-exclusive games, including Super Stardust HD, Dead Nation, Resogun, and Matterfall. Housemarque's latest game is April's critically. The word is critically, and I was saying officially and then artificially. Does that even make... I got Uli. Uli was the only thing that mattered there. What's going on, dude? I'm falling apart at the seams here.
Man. It's okay.
Critically acclaimed Returnal. Kay said that joining PlayStation Studios will help Housemarque create more ambitious projects and grow the size of its development staff, something that may have helped with some of Returnal's post-launch bugs. Housemarque has yet to announce what its next project will be, whether it's a new game or additional content for Returnal. This isn't shocking.
I think we're officially in the lock up the studio meta, where
The space race, the arms race of Sony and Microsoft.
And exclusives.
Uh-huh.
I mean, like, you've had in-studio exclusives for a while now, but it seems like this is like the big kickoff. Or maybe we're reaching the end of it.
I don't think so.
But
nope. No, sir.
Or the middle.
I think we just started, bro.
Microsoft initiated it like a year ago.
Look, what Disney did with film studios is going to be happening with game studios going forward.
But is that still happening in film? And
I mean, they bought Fox, like 4 years ago?
Yeah, but I feel like that time is over.
And then AT&T merged with Discovery.
That's a big one.
Yeah.
But that's bigger than
that was like a couple weeks ago.
I don't know.
I'm telling you, man.
I feel like we're in the Great Shuffle. We're not at the beginning. I think we're in the middle.
Yeah.
Of these companies just trying to acquire as much as they can.
Yeah, and this specific acquisition in and of itself isn't super surprising. Of course, they made Resogun, which was the PS4 launch title that came for free with PS. I don't know if you had to have PS Plus, but it was one of those first initial games there. Resogun, fantastic shooter. And then Returnal, of course. A couple years ago with Housemarque talking about how arcade is dead and they wanted to transition from arcade style games to more modern style games because there was no money in it. We've seen them just continue to partner with PlayStation, and then we've seen it with Returnal, blending AAA and arcade with that perfect arcadey style gameplay. It really was super Housemarque. And then, of course, that was a PlayStation exclusive. So this isn't super exciting because a lot of their latest stuff has been PlayStation exclusive. Yeah. So it's not super surprising at all. I don't think so. But Sony is also going to acquire Demon's Souls remake studio Bluepoint. Most likely. It's a rumor, but it's not a rumor. This is from Jeff Grubb at VentureBeat. PlayStation Studios added a new team today. Sony announced this morning that it is acquiring Returnal developer Housemarque, but this seemingly... can you move the mouse, Kylie, please? But this seemingly... Oh, I lost my place. Not the last acquisition that Sony Interactive Entertainment has planned, if you believe a now-deleted tweet from PlayStation Japan. In that social media post, Sony didn't welcome Housemarque and instead welcomed Bluepoint to the PlayStation Studios roster. The likely indicates that a similar... I think it's supposed to say this. It was a typo by Jeff Grubb. See, that one's not on me. This likely indicates that a similar acquisition is in store for the studio that did the remake of Demon's Souls and the Shadow of the Colossus. We've reached out to Sony to ask about the Bluepoint Games image from PlayStation Japan, and we'll update this story with any new comment from the publisher. But it seems unlikely that this was a slip of a finger. The image has the Bluepoint logo as well as art from Demon's Souls in addition to Returnal, so this deal looks like a matter of when, not if, at this point. Also, not surprising.
Yeah, no, it makes sense too. And then, that image does not look doctored. It makes total sense. Mm-hmm. So it seems like it's going to be happening.
Yeah, 100%.
I mean, good for Sony. I think Sony's finally, maybe, I don't know. Microsoft's roster is just so good of studios.
Yeah, and it's packing out, bro.
I mean, Bethesda. I mean, like, come on.
Of course, that acquisition was massive.
What could Sony do? Who could Sony acquire at this point? They're like,
they officially acquired Insomniac? Yeah, I think so. I'm not 100%.
I don't know.
Who's big in the game, man? Warner Bros. But
you could take something like Take-Two.
Take-Two, but those are big. Those are
really big.
Those are big in the game. I don't really know.
I don't know. I feel like it's gonna be so hard to compete with Microsoft's format of buying studios.
The Game Pass, baby. The Game Pass. I don't know. It just doesn't get any better than that. Mm-hmm. Doesn't get any better than that. Now we're gonna shift away from acquisitions and deals being made, and let's start talking about Fortnite. Of course, you know Fortnite, the titular Epic Games title. Loki brings his shenanigans to Fortnite for the July crew pack. The God of Mischief is coming to Fortnite crew. This is by Anna Diaz at Polygon. Loki, the self-proclaimed God of Mischief, will be bringing his tricks and pranks to Fortnite. Marvel's anti-hero is the headliner for July 2021 crew pack, which features his iconic green outfit, complete with cape and back bling, as well as his scepter pickaxe, the glow stick of destiny, the Chitauri Chariot Glider, and a new welcoming loading screen. Loki's bundle is available through Fortnite's crew, Fortnite's monthly burp in the mid-sentence. Monthly subscription offering. A crew subscription costs $11.99 a month. That includes 1,000 free V-Bucks, the current season's Battle Pass, which features Rick Sanchez from Rick and Morty this time around, and whatever the current skin offering is each month. Superhero cameos are nothing new in Fortnite. Thor, Iron Man, Wolverine, Storm, and others from the Marvel Comics universe showed up in the game last year. And of course, Thanos came to Fortnite back in 2018. Characters from the DC side of the superhero universes have also shown up. Batman entered Fortnite and got an entire miniseries, and Superman joined as a playable character as well. I've heard that Batman comic series is actually really good. The Fortnite Batman comic series.
I saw really Wizards, our local comic place, was selling it, and they were selling out.
Yeah. This isn't surprising, of course, with Loki's success, Disney Plus' success.
Is it just me, or does this cruise subscription just sound busted?
No, it's fire.
Like, you get 1,000 free V-Bucks, which I think that's like $10, right?
Yeah.
And then you get the season pass, which is usually like $10, or
I think
maybe it's 20.
I think the season pass 20.
And then you get the Loki skin too.
Yep.
Damn, I almost want to play just to use that subscription.
No, their crew thing was something that I learned about recently from this news. This was a thing. Yeah, from this news, because I seen them talking about it on Kind of Funny. Kevin was talking about how he uses the crew subscription. And yeah, it was something that I didn't know about, and this makes perfect sense for them to have a subscription service in Fortnite. Yeah, shit.
This is something I would use if I was still playing Fortnite.
Yeah, like,
do they even make their own skins anymore? Like, is that? Because
yeah, they still have stuff coming out, like the
is
Banana
there still
Man
and new Jonesies?
Yeah, I think there's new stuff coming.
Because I wouldn't blame them if they just didn't.
No,
they just kept using other IPs. Because I feel like that's what people want.
Banana Man, Fishbowl Head Man.
Yeah, but they've been there. They've been there.
Yeah. Now let's get a little sad here instead of happy. Magic Legends is shutting down October 31st, 2021. This is from the PlayMagicLegends.com. Hello, Planeswalkers. It's with heavy hearts that we announce Magic Legends will be shutting down on October 31st, 2021. All players who spent money in-game across Arc and the Epic Game Store during the open beta will be refunded their full purchase amounts. Servers will remain open to play until closing day. However, we will be closing the Zen shop effective immediately. Later this week, all items will instead be purchasable using Aether, our free in-game currency. Our vision for Magic Legends missed the mark, but we are proud of what we achieved. Thanks to Wizards of the Coast, we got to bring the expansive Magic the Gathering multiverse to a wide audience and explore new angles within the established ARPG genre. We learned several valuable lessons along the way, and we will use them to improve Cryptic's future development efforts. Most importantly, we'd like to thank all the players who explored the multiverse with us and provided feedback during the alpha and beta testing phases. We couldn't have gotten this far without you. Sincerely, Steve Ricasa. This sucked because I was really looking forward to Magic Legends.
How are we getting another Jurassic Park game?
Yeah. But they talked about 20 times during E3.
But Magic Legends can't survive long.
I don't know. I want to know, fly on the wall, who canceled Magic Legends, Like, what happened?
Oh, Papa Hasbro.
Yeah, probably. But it's like, man, I was really looking forward to that.
It has to be Hasbro.
ARPG game with deck building mechanics in the Magic the Gathering world, I was like,
Wizards has to be all for this stuff. And I think Hasbro is, I mean, we talk about this stuff a lot.
But it is always easy to blame corporate umbrella corporation.
Yeah, I'm gonna.
Okay, all right.
I mean, Wizards, they're corporate too, but the bigger corporations like make money. Oh, your game's not making money before release. Yeah, just nix it.
Yeah,
like that's how easy it is for Hasbro. Yeah, they're not concerned with this at all.
It sucks. I'm really into the Magic world and lore. I'm super into Magic lore. I think it's great. And so I was really, really looking forward to this ARPG. Didn't get in on the beta or the alpha, but I was like, it still will come out eventually. It'll be tight. But play with the boys. I know me and you talked about playing it together because it's multiplayer. And nope, get canceled.
Two misses for Wizards of the Coast. You got this bad news. You got Dark Alliance doing terrible.
Mm-hmm.
You hate to see it, man.
Dark Alliance is bad. Michael Clare.
Timothy Duro.
That's it for the news this week. So this next section of the podcast. The section of the podcast following the news,
right after it,
called This Week in Gaming, is a section where we go over the historical releases, and you guessed it.
What are we guessing?
This Week in Gaming.
Oh, my bad.
July 4th, the holiday. Nothing really of note came out.
Nobody.
A lot of Japanese releases because they don't give a fuck about July 4th.
Yeah, but what?
July 5th, nothing of note coming out that day either. July 6th, though, Crackdown 2 came out in 2010. With a terrible follow-up in 2018.
I'm not getting excited about Crackdown 2. I'm waiting for the big one.
Pokemon Go in 2016.
There we go, baby. 5 years of Pokemon Go.
July 6th. 5 years of Pokemon Go.
What a game, dude.
What a game.
People all like to joke a lot about, take me to summer of 2016.
Yeah. No,
Pokemon Go release. It's a serious thing.
This is one of the reasons we always talk about why 2016 was a great year.
It was so
We
nice.
Graduated.
I know
we
exactly
came out of graduation, was playing Pokemon Go.
Dude, I was at youth group on a Wednesday night at church when they said, hey, if you sign up for you can download the game early if you do a bunch of stuff. Yeah. And so I'm in the back of the church room configuring my phone so I can download Pokemon Go early. Mm-hmm. And then I immediately started hunting for Pokemon that day. We were going heavy. My small ass town.
Yep. I was sitting there working at McDonald's and we were a Pokestop, so I just had my phone up and was wrapping burgers and was spinning that.
So many closeted Pokemon fans came out during this time.
Seeing a mass of people being like, "Oh, it's a Pikachu," and then a bunch of people running. It was classic. All the videos honestly, online.
The game still bangs today. Yep. I was playing it earlier.
They are switching it up now. They're getting rid of all of their COVID upgrades. Yeah.
I think there's going to be a lot of backlash.
They're nerfing a lot of stuff. Yeah.
Yes.
And I think Greg and them were talking about it on Kind of Fun Games Daily, and I agree with them that they were saying that there'll be enough backlash that they think they might run back. Mm-hmm. That they'll remove it and then add some of it back.
I think it's a 2 steps forward, 1 step back. Yeah. And then 1 step forward. Yeah. We're getting back to like probably where we should have been if COVID didn't happen on like the cool features. Yeah. And then we'll hit that point again. Yeah. But those features are so good because like if I want to run a raid, I can invite Spencer in North Carolina and he can come help me. Yep. That's nice. That's nice. Good. That might defeat the purpose, whatever. Who cares? Let me raid with my friends.
The game's been out for 5 years. Like, come on, man.
Yeah. So, and they still make dummy money, dude.
Yeah, they do make a lot of money. July 7th, the Bigs 2 in 2009. I love the Bigs 2. I played this on the Wii.
Is this the baseball one?
It's a baseball game. It was fucking awesome. You would do like backflips and you would jump way high in the air and have to do quick time events.
I do remember like a backyard baseball game.
Me and Noah played the shit out of this. No, this was like an MLB style game.
Yeah, but I'm trying to remember. Is
a little more
backyard baseball?
Then there is backyard baseball.
Is that a game?
Yeah, that's a game.
Is that a good game?
Yeah, I thought it was okay. This does not look like the backyard baseball.
This is not what I was thinking. Let me see.
This must be something weird.
Go. You can keep going.
I don't know. Rocket League came out in 2015. 6 years since Rocket League, man.
That sounds about right. That game also
banging.
I don't know if they're at their high point right now. Yeah. But
Rocket League, one of the first games I think to lend credence to the fact that you can give your game away for free on launch, and that will be the reason that you were successful. Yeah. Rocket League came out, was a PS Plus title immediately off the jump, and then had crazy success, and it was the first title to do it, and then you started seeing it more and more and more, and then the Game Pass method, that is the Game Pass method. Yep. And even third-party developers are coming day and date to Game Pass, and
they were pretty early on like the crossplay stuff too.
Yep, they were one of the first on crossplay.
For that. So, yep. I mean, they did good there. Who is that, Psionics?
Yeah, I think so. I'm not sure. July 8th, Battlefield 1943 came out in 2009. Not one that I played, but I know it's a classic. July 9th, DayZ came out in 2012. Almost 10 years since DayZ. And then Dota 2 came out in 2013. That game's still popping.
Right.
Yeah, that game's still popping.
Honestly, that game feels like it should be older.
I know, it definitely does. And then July 10th, nothing of note came out. But that's it for this week. It's an all right week. Pokemon Go carries it on its back.
Yeah, holding it down for that week.
Of course.
What a great week.
Now, let's talk about our Game Pass Club. Xbox Game Pass Club. This is this new segment of the podcast where we're going to pick a game where we vote on in the community. If you want to get in on the votes, you can pay $1 at the patreon.com/syncedup, and you can get access to our Discord where we post the games that we are going to vote on, and then everyone can vote on which game we played.
Let me issue a stipulation here.
What?
It is a slight democracy, as in we choose the game.
Yeah, we choose the 5. You vote on the 5.
You vote on.
So. Yeah. So we don't want to pick a big pool, but me and Mike pick a pool of games, and then everyone votes on which one they think that they would like to play.
Because we obviously don't want it to be games that both of us have played, because we're the ones here talking about it.
Yeah. So we do some stuff to make sure it'll be entertaining for y'all. And so this week everybody voted, and the vote ended up being Bug Fables. We're gonna be playing Bug Fables, the new addition to Xbox Game Pass. This game came out last year in 2019. It is a Paper Mario style game, except for you're a bug. I've played an hour of it already. Okay. And I think it's going to be pretty good. I think it's going to be very enjoyable. This game has 7 chapters. And we're going to be doing 2 chapters a week, and then the last week we'll do 1 chapter. So this is going to take us 4 weeks. So next week on the pod, play the first 2 chapters of Bug Fables before next week. And it's very distinct. I played the game to see what the marker was that says chapter 2. A big ass rainbow thing pops on your screen. It says chapter 1, chapter 2, and you have to interact to even get it off the screen. So you're not going to miss it. And so play through. As soon as you see the thing pop up on your screen that says Chapter 3, pause it, close it. You're not going to play anymore. Well, I guess you can play more if you want, but
if you want to read
don't do it. Don't do it. And then so we're going to do the first 2 chapters this week. And then write any thoughts that you have about those first 2 chapters, whether it's characters you want to talk about, gameplay mechanics, weird nitty-gritty stuff. It doesn't matter. Write them in, and we'll discuss it. And me and Mike will do full spoilers on those first 2 chapters. Then the following week, we'll do Chapter 3 and 4, and then 5 and 6. And then the last week, we'll do Chapter 7. And then next month, we'll have a different Xbox Game Pass Club game to talk about. And so this week, we're going to be doing Bug Fable. So get on Game Pass. If you don't have it yet, pay $1, get you 3 months, do all that stuff.
Get it downloaded. It's less than a gigabyte.
It downloaded in mere seconds for me. So
small.
It's a very small game. It's going to take about 20 to 25 hours to complete, and each chapter is a different amount of length. But yeah, Bug Fables is the game that we're going to be talking about next week. Get excited for that. Do you want to play the game this week? Or you want to skip it?
We can skip it. Okay. We got places to be. It's 4th of July. Yeah. I want some Food truck.
Food, of course, of course. So now it's time to talk about the games that we've been playing.
What you been playing?
I played a little bit of Bug Fables just to get a little taste.
You could save that one for next.
Yeah, just to get a little taste. I'm not going to talk about it, but...
Are you excited?
Oh, yeah. I think it's fun. Okay. I think it has some cool things in there. You know, it feels... Thousand-Year Door, Paper Mario. And then, of course, I've been playing a lot of Divinity. I started a new playthrough with Divinity with Chance because he said that he wanted to. No shit, I'm going to play some Divinity. It's one of my favorite games of all time. And playing it, it's moving up the list, of course. Very much enjoying it. Teaching Chance the ropes, going through with him. Getting through the second playthrough has really made me realize how crazy different each playthrough can be of that game. How your choices matter so much in that game, and you can miss entire things in that game. And I'm realizing that now going through it, like, wow, how did me and Jordan miss this? Or, wow, if I say this one different thing to this dude, this conversation goes completely differently.
Well, didn't you say there was one thing where, like, you walked up behind somebody and it changes?
Yeah, because I was an elf and I'm sneaky, so I walked up behind this character that you would normally be able to talk to and they would be on your side. But because I was an elf and I snuck up on them, they didn't like that and they attacked me. And they're one of the playable characters in the game. Yeah. And then I had to kill them. And so, but if I had someone else in my part, like if I had different people in my party or I came up to her from the front or anything like that, she would have joined the party, right? Completely different things, which when I had played the game, I had picked her as my original character. So I didn't even get to have that. So that was really cool. And seeing, like, one time when we came into Fort Joy right at the beginning, caused a big old fight, and we had to murder a bunch of people during my playthrough with Jordan. But then coming through on the second playthrough when I was doing just a general playthrough with myself, completely different because I was this very specific character who's part of this gang of people, and I like did a conversation where they were like, okay, fuck it, we're out of here, and they just left, and we didn't have to cause a bloodbath, which didn't cause this one character to die, which caused me to get to a section of the game that I thought was like 10 hours in, which wasn't. If you just save this character, she walks you to this, unlocks this, you get to talk to these people. It's fucking crazy. Like it really blew my mind. So I started up a playthrough with Chance, and then I started up a hardest difficulty honor mode playthrough of Divinity. I'm about 6 hours in, always scared because it's honor mode. So if you die, it deletes your save on spot. I died 40 minutes into the first time, and I was like, you know what? I'm going to try it again. I messed up. That was on me. I got to really rework how I play this game. I got to be more meticulous, search everything. I got to be careful. So I played through it. Now I'm 5.5 hours in. I've made it to Act 2. Oh, boy, I'm scared.
So how long is it going to take you to finish that run?
Well, because I don't have an origin quest line, and I'm doing it solo. I have a solo build. I'm not doing any other characters and upgrading any other characters. I think it'd probably take me about 30 hours.
Okay, that's not too bad.
Yeah, but I'm scared.
I would be too.
It's the hardest difficulty. Now there is some stuff that you can do. You can still quick save and quick load. So if I quick save and then I bust into a fight where I'm like, oh, I'm gonna get fucked, I can quick load back before that fight and then go do some stuff. But if I die, there's no loading. It's immediate delete your save. It doesn't waste any time. So that's all I've been playing. And I know me and you. I don't know if you talked about it, but we were thinking about getting into Sea of Thieves. I don't know when we're going to do that, but that was something we talked about.
There's so much on our plate right now that we want to. I don't know if we'll get to it. We played Kazuya. Yeah. We hadn't talked about that yet. He's good. Yeah, Kazuya. I'm not going to be good with him. No, but my ass is going to be kicked by somebody who does know how to play him.
Kazuya, this is the Smash DLC character if you didn't know. Kazuya, he is cool. I think he's cool. He's like kind of between a medium and a light character. Like he feels like a medium character, but then also moves very quickly sometimes. But also I like Kazuya because he feels like, unlike Ryu and Ken and like Terry, you don't need to do any of the inputs to actually compete. Yeah, like it doesn't feel like you suck without the inputs. You could
play him like normal and be
fine.
Then
with the inputs, it feels really, really good. But if you don't want to learn the inputs, which is the reason I play fucking Smash Bros, he still feels like a competent character that you can actually do shit with. So.
And Sakurai and his team are very good at like fitting these characters who aren't in that Smash model and making them feel natural in those games. Yeah. And it's crazy because he looks and plays like he does in Tekken, kind of like when he's doing his combos and stuff.
And then when
they feel so like Tekken.
When he goes to do the throw, it like does the camera zoom thing, which is nice.
And none of it like diminishes any of the rest of the game. No. I feel like it's all just like courtesy. Like we wanted to keep as true as possible to this without messing up our game, and he does a perfect job with it. I mean, he does it great with any character he's done. Steve, Sephiroth, Terry, pretty much everybody fits into the game very well. Yeah, so and it's just a testament to Sakurai's skill. I can't wait to see who the last character is going to be. And then I've been playing some more Darkest Dungeon. Just been slowly cruising through it. Haven't lost any buddy yet. I'm just a god at that game.
Chill out.
No, dude, I'm so mad. The Xbox version is so. It's just inferior.
Yeah,
it is
because of the controller.
Because
you can play with a mouse and keyboard. You know that, right? You can hook it up to your Xbox. You not know that?
No.
The Xbox, yeah, you can just plug a mouse keyboard in and it works perfectly fine.
What am I doing? I'm gonna have to do that. I'll probably do that for Darkest Dungeon.
Because
shit. This is what happened. I beat the boss,
and
you get the loot. And it's like you take the loot, and you got to put it into your inventory or whatever.
Yeah.
And I accidentally hit B, and all the loot was gone.
Oh no, man!
And I was just like, I beat this boss. It was like, I was so sad. And then that's happened like 3 times where I just fumbled something because I hit the wrong button, and I was like, oh, I want to put this down. Like I'm holding an item. I'm like, oh, I want to let go of the item and go pick up something else. So I hit B, and then it just closed me out the whole menu, and I can't get the items.
Yeah,
so
that's whack.
I've been dealing with that, and then I've been playing some League.
Of course.
League's fun.
League is not fun.
No, it's fun.
Yeah, it's all right. It's all right. Now it's time for Reader Mail. You can get your questions read on the show by writing into synceduppod@gmail.com or the Reader Mail submission at the Discord by supporting us on Patreon, just like Fielding did. Sup, broskies? What are your opinions on achievements in video games? How can they be good and how can they be bad? And why does No Man's Sky feel the need to have achievements that aren't divisible by 5 or 10? Now my overall gamer score ends in a 2. I didn't ask for this.
Well, you have to go 100% No Man's Sky.
Yeah, so now you have to get specific achievements in No Man's Sky to get you back to a 10. Sorry. You're going to have to do that.
That sucks. That shouldn't happen.
That's tragic. I know Chance had the same problem when we played it, and he was pissed. And then achievements in video games, I think they're,
mostly
they're
good.
Nice addition. And I think for me specifically, achievements should encourage me to play the game in a unique way. How can achievements be bad? Beat it on this difficulty, this difficulty, this difficulty, and this difficulty. Beat the game 5 times. Murder 500 enemies. Those type of things, in my opinion.
Online achievements.
Bad achievements.
Terrible.
Multiplayer achievements, get them out of here. Achievements like in Ratchet and Clank, which was, hey, get 10 kills using this very specific thing on this very unique weapon. Forces me to use this unique thing. But like, oh, actually, this is kind of a good ability. Melee kill 5 frozen enemies, right?
Yeah.
Oh, you can freeze enemies. You can melee kill them. Then you realize, oh, this is a useful tactic that you can use in the game. And they don't punish you for doing anything. They have an infinite ammo and an infinite health that you can put on. I toss on both of those at the end of that game to get the rest of the achievements that I needed. And it doesn't turn off achievements, right? And so... like Ratchet & Clank does achievements perfectly. I think Spider-Man does achievements really good, except for the crime achievements, which were really difficult. Yeah. You're just having to swing around and wait. But for the most part, I think achievements that force you to do unique and different things rather than force you to do a lot of the same thing or like beat the game a bunch of times, that's, in my opinion, good achievements.
The achievements that can I think the difficulty achievements are fine if they can stack.
Yeah.
Missable achievements are terrible. They just suck. Because I don't want to...
As a Dark Souls fan, yeah.
If you're playing like a 30-hour game, you don't want to get to like hour 20 and be like, oh, I missed this achievement. Oh, it was 10 hours in and I had to do this specific thing.
Yeah.
Like if it's a short game, that's fine. But like, oh, dude, I hate it.
Yeah, I agree.
Maneater does it great where it's just like through just playing the game. Because it is like a collect-a-thon game where you're really just doing all these quests and getting bigger and getting all these... landmarks and all these license plates, and so by the time you just do all the you 100% the map, you've 100%ed the game.
Yeah,
so
of course
that's nice.
Good to see.
Overall, I like achievements though.
Yeah, me too.
It makes me feel rewarded for my time, in some way, and it's nice to look back on. So I like them.
I like them as well. Spencer writes in, "What is the worst game you've had the most fun playing?" Simple question.
Well, recently Dark Alliance.
Yeah.
That's fun. That was a terrible game.
In terms of board game, there's this board game called Dungeon. It's fucking terrible. Played that, had a great time. Would never play it again because I know it would be bad, but I had a great time because the people I was playing it with, and it was just honestly the reason it was fun because it was just so comical how bad that the game was.
I got one for you.
There's a Hello Kitty game for the Game Boy that I'll still play to this day. It's fucking terrible, but it's great.
I don't know if you were there, but
Franklin the
Turtle. Was called like Shout or Shout It Out or something like that. But you put in a disc into your DVD player, and it'll be like movies, and so it'll give you a bunch of clues and stuff. Have you ever played Seen It? Yeah, it's like that, but not the board.
Seen It was a whole fucking man.
It was an era.
Yeah, throw it in your DVD player, play Seen It.
Yeah, and it's not like a great game. Because it was just like a dumbed down scene and it wasn't that fun.
Yeah.
But people start yelling and it gets really fun, but it's just not a good game.
Mm-hmm.
So that's up there. But Dark Alliance is the recent one.
Yeah.
For this year, Dark Alliance.
Yeah, that shit was bad.
No bueno.
No bueno at all. That's it for this episode of the Synced Up Podcast. It's July 4th for us now. You're going to be seeing this episode on Monday, so it'll be July 5th. But I hope you guys had a good 4th of July, eating and shooting fireworks and all the jazz that you do. And if you don't celebrate 4th of July because you hate America, hey, more power to you as well. I stand by you as well. But this is it for this episode. Support us on Patreon at patreon.com/syncedup. Go to youtube.com/synceduppodcast. Subscribe to the feed there. Follow us on Twitter at synceduppod. Do all the stuff, like, subscribe, comment, write in, do all the things. Get excited for the movie pod tomorrow where we're going to rank some Disney movies and play the first 2 chapters of Bug Fables. But we will see y'all next week.
Bye.
Bye.